Welcome back. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's get right to it. First topic. Trump signs an executive order banning men from competing in women's sports. Here's a clip of him explaining.
With my action this afternoon, we're putting every school receiving taxpayer dollars on notice that if you let men take over women's sports teams or invade your locker rooms, you will be investigated for violations of Title IX and risk your federal funding. There will be no federal funding. So this will effectively end the attack on female athletes at public K-12 schools and virtually all U.S. colleges and universities.
Okay. Well, there you go. He just cemented himself as the most pro-women's president of all time. I don't know where all these psychos came out of the woodworks claiming that I want to go into women's sports and compete. It's like, for a man to do that and say, I'm transitioning so I can go compete in women's sports, you have to be just the most insane of insane. But it's finally women and parents who have daughters can breathe a sigh of relief that, yeah, you know, I can put my daughter in sports. She can go into a locker room and she's not going to be weirded out by some dude who's obviously a creep, because anybody who would, you know, transition to go into women's sports, you're a creep. That's just the way it is. But yeah, I mean, it's about time, right? It's about time there's just somebody steps up in a high position and says, we're done with it. And it took the president signing an executive order. That's how crazy it is. It could have been somebody in the NCAA. It could have been somebody in the International Olympic Committee. But it took the president of the United States signing an executive order saying, yeah, we're done with it. And that just shows how loony the world had gotten the past 8 to 10 years. But all right, next topic. ESPN Plus loses 700,000 subscribers in Q4 of 2024. Now 700,000 subscribers, that's a lot of people, you know? I just don't know if ESPN is really going to survive Trump. Because there's nothing that they're doing that really is causing me to watch. Okay, you have sports on your network. Of course, I got to tune in to watch sports. But what shows am I watching? I don't need to go to ESPN and see SportsCenter anymore to see the highlights of today's game. They're all over everywhere on social media. And you don't have any talents that are making me want to tune in to watch your highlights. It's not like the 90s where ESPN was just like must-see TV just to watch the highlights and the great anchors that were bringing you the highlights. Now it's just, I feel like when I'm tuning in, I'm getting some sort of lecture on racial equality, and I don't want that. Sports need to stay completely apolitical, right? What are you doing? Especially a sports network, because you certainly don't want me to tune out of your network just because you got a left-wing perspective. But yeah, ESPN needs to make a huge change. They're basically the mainstream media of sports, and people are seeing right through it, and they don't want to be lectured on racial inequality every time they tune in. And they don't want to, to be hearing that, the MVP needs to be a black guy too. That's turning off a ton of people, and it shows. But all right, next topic. The CIA is offering a buyout to all of its workforce.
Fox News alert, the Wall Street Journal is reporting the CIA has reportedly just offered a buyout to its entire workforce. Everyone in the agencies telling employees late today they can quit their jobs and receive about 8 months of pay and benefits. It's a part of Trump's push to downsize the federal government. More as we get it.
Now that's pretty crazy. It's just, once again, Trump going through the government, just doing a sweeping clean out. We basically don't need you anymore is what he's saying. Which, what is the CIA really doing for you? Sure, there might be some agents out there who are actually doing something real and protecting America in a good way. But every time you hear about the CIA doing something, it seems like it's just some sort of weird, corrupt thing in a different country. And like this USAID showed that that's basically a CIA, whatever you want to call it, corruption scheme of, infiltrating other areas. Just, I don't know. It was just very sickening. And it just goes to show, I don't think we even really need the CIA. Do we really even need the FBI? I mean, if we do, go ahead, tell me we do. But I don't think we need them to the, magnitude we have them right now. That's why Trump's going in there and saying, yeah, dude, if you want to be bought out of your work and your contract, so be it. Good riddance. We don't need you. Get out of here. We're done with the corrupt CIA anyways. Hopefully it just completely reshapes the landscape of American government and how it's done. And I guess just intelligence in a nutshell. Americans don't want their intelligence agencies spying on them and screwing them over. Work for the Americans. But all right, next topic. The NFL is ending their End Racism slogan in their end zones. Now, that's a lot of ends there, I'm sorry, but yeah. Now, first of all, it's about time, right? Why has this been going on so long? Especially the stupid slogans on the helmets too. Nobody wants to see a player wear a stupid slogan on their helmet. But yeah, see, this was a product of the George Floyd era, the whole BLM. We have to appeal to BLM because they're just so hot right now, they're taking over, and oh my God, there's riots in this. Remember, the BLM riots were actual riots, not like the whole J6 fake insurrection deal, right? That was just completely fake. But I know from experience, the BLM riots, there were 3 buildings basically down the street from where I was living, got burned down, but they were mostly peaceful. But yeah, NFL, it's about damn time. Nobody cares to see end racism in the end zone. It's not ending racism. It's just pissing people off because you're implying that America's inherently racist. And we're done with that narrative. That's a bunch of BS. We're done. And, hopefully we could just move on from all race baiting type things, especially in sports. Like I said, sports, stay out of politics. There's absolutely no reason to be in politics if you're in sports. Like Michael Jordan said, Republicans wear sneakers too. And I guess the NFL, especially now that Donald Trump said he's going to the Super Bowl, that's probably why they're doing it. But maybe they're realizing that, hey, Republicans definitely watch NFL and we don't want to piss them off. But all right, that's it for today. We'll see you next time. Later.